I'm live at Kauffman Stadium, where it's pretty empty right now, but later today, blue will be everywhere as Royals fans pour in for that first game of the World Series. Cross said even on days like today when it's not raining, the sewer system and manholes in Ridgefield Park still cause some concern because of a new construction site being built right beyond the park. Do you feel safe in Missouri? Well, one national ranking shows you shouldn't. I'm on the County House Trail where water is rushing and it's about ankle deep right now. And if you look right over here, there's a 7-foot low clearance sign and the water is almost touching the bridge. Deadly driving conditions as rain pelted parts of the Northeast yesterday. Slippery roads and treacherous conditions caused hundreds of accidents in New York and Pennsylvania. I'm live at Hollywood Theaters, where on a Friday night, this parking lot should be packed, but it's really pretty empty, and management is blaming that on the film festival happening downtown. The man looked about 50 to 60 years old, and it took them about 30 to 45 minutes to finally get him from out under that block. And I'm Amanda LaBrot. MoDOT is still working to keep the roads clear, and authorities have responded to dozens of accidents because of the wintry weather. We have team coverage bringing you the latest on what to expect, road conditions, and the latest on accidents on mid-Missouri roadways. Adoption prices here at the Humane Society vary from dog to dog, so you could take home Clarabelle here, who is a pit bull, for $75, but the purebred German Shepherd next door is going to go for about $100. CMHS says prices vary between dog to dog based on breed and age. Buying or adopting? Price is a big factor when you're looking for a dog. The Central Missouri Humane Society says it sets prices based on popularity and demand.
People come in looking for puppies, and those are really easy to adopt. It's those animals that are harder to adopt that we want to, pay special mind to, because again, we don't want them to spend too much time in the shelter, and we want to find them, the right home for them immediately.
That's why puppies and popular breeds are sold for anywhere from $100 to $200. Pet owners I spoke to said they don't think that's too expensive, even from the Humane Society.
With breeders, they set the standard, they set what they want to pay or want to sell a dog for. And I know, for dogs that are super popular, like labs or golden retrievers, those can go upwards of $1,200. And I mean, $200 for a dog is not bad, not at all.
$200 for the Humane Society, I feel like can be steep depending on the dog. It's a charity, so I feel like $200. They're just trying to maybe do a little bit more with that money, get what they can out of it. And CMHS says that's exactly why popular dogs cost more.
They're kind of providing a financial legacy for those other animals that are harder to get out of here.
CMHS certainly didn't have that problem with the Chihuahuas that they had here last week. They say it took 4 days for the 8-week-old puppies to be adopted. 3 adult dogs also have the homes, and as soon as the other 6 are old enough, they are going to be ready for that adoption too. Reporting live in Columbia, Amanda LaBrot, KOMU 8 News. These barriers are designed to keep people out of Short Street Garage who haven't paid or don't have a permit. But today is the first day since the fall that these arms are actually working. This is how parking is supposed to work in the Short Street Garage, but it's the first time some parking permit holders have seen the barriers down in a long time.
Probably about 4 or 5 months. I just feel like they're always broken.
We pay almost $80 a month to park here, and this is probably the first time in 2 to 3 months that there has been any kind of coverage for people to come in and out.
Columbia Public Works says a mechanical issue caused the arms to lock down, so...
The best solution for us at the time was simply to leave the arms in the up position until we could correct the problem.
But the arms up actually caused more problems for people who pay to park here.
There's been multiple times, 2 times that I got towed because this parking lot's been filled, and I've had to park elsewhere, and it's very inconvenient.
SAP says the real issue is people who didn't pay when they should have.
Parking was never free, but obviously some people probably took advantage of the fact that the arms were up.
SAP says the next questions are how to reimburse the city for any revenue that may have been lost, and are there permit holders who should be compensated because their spot was taken. Why did this happen? It's the question friends and family of Lieutenant Bruce Britt, the University of Missouri, and lawyers have about the University Village Apartments collapse that happened last year. For firefighter Jerry Jenkins, it's both a concrete and unanswerable question.
This event we will never forget, and obviously we will never forget Lieutenant Britt. But as a family, we've stuck together, and the healing process has started.
I dug through some new narratives from firefighters at the scene and found that while the 911 call was for people claiming to be trapped in a possible roof collapse, first responders didn't see any structural damage when they arrived at the apartments. So what happened? Even with newly obtained documents, that's a tough question to answer because CFD won't comment on anything that happened that day because of pending legal action. But experts are weighing in. I talked to a retired firefighter from Louisiana who did structural inspections. He reviewed the documents I sent and stated, quote, I would submit that a structural failure occurred, causing the walkways to separate from the building due to a lack of proper maintenance and inspection of the facility over the years. While firefighters are trained to manage emergency situations, there's no way to expect or prepare for the loss of one of your own.
That morning that the accident happened was something that a lot of us have never experienced, you know, in our careers.
When it happens this close to home, it really stands out. It really makes you hard to forget about it.
Both say Britt is always on their minds.
The thought of the whole thing of just how dangerous this job can be at parts, no matter, even when you're doing stuff right like you're supposed to, you know, bad things can still happen.
We haven't forgot Bruce. You know, me personally, in my fire helmet, I've always kept a picture of my son because that reminds me at a fire scene that I've got to do things that make it safe and so I can go see my son when my shift is over. Now I carry Bruce's picture in my helmet as well. Bruce is very near to my heart. So every emergency response I go to and I put that helmet on, it's with me. Bruce is with me.
The lieutenant the department calls a fireman's fireman, still out on every call. Amanda LaBrot, KOMU 8 News, Columbia.